If you're a football fan, you'll both know and be horrified by the fact that the European Championship has been postponed until next year. We're here to try and give you the next best thing. We've recreated the tournament as it should have been in Football Manager 2020 and enlisted the help of some very special guests to make it feel a little more official. Join myself, Joe Screbbles, and IGN's Simon Cardy as we guide England through Euro 2020 with every match commentated on by members of the Football Ramble Daily, in my opinion, the world's best football podcast. And I'm not even saying that because they're on the video, promise. Without further ado, here's the start of our European journey, beginning with the all-important team selection.
So, Joe.
Hello.
He's back.
Who is? Oh! It's the man himself.
Look at him. Glorious.
Can you make his face bigger?
I'm clicking on the little... There we go.
Oh, he's got the power stance of Sven.
And you know what? He's the type of guy that strikes me as wears brown shoes for any occasion.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't know what that says about a person.
He wears leather shoes on muddy walks.
We've got a squad. What I've done here is I've already picked the 30-man preliminary squad. Mm-hmm. I went ahead, I did that without any consultation.
That's fair. I feel like the majority of that squad is... pretty much picks itself.
I think so, yeah. We've got to cut it down to 23 now. But I feel like, there's a good 16 or 17 that are pretty much there. Mm-hmm. And, well, I've got one big bit of news. I did manage to do something that I don't know if Gareth Southgate would be able to do.
Are you saying Sven has more of a... presence?
I think we know he has a certain amount of pulling power.
Mm-hmm. What's he pulled?
He has pulled big Jamie Vardy out of retirement.
Hello? I mean, you'd want to see it, wouldn't you? Especially after this season. Oh, so, that's very good news.
He's in.
I like that.
I'm not pulling him out of retirement, then cutting him from the squad. That just seems a bit cruel.
I mean, sorry, Danny Ings and Tammy Abraham.
Well, I don't know. Tammy might make it.
Well, Tammy might make it, but one of them, they're lower down the pecking order now, aren't they?
Here's our 30.
Okay.
We've got to go through here. I think there's 3 keepers. It's got to be those 3 keepers.
We going all 3?
Well, we got to have 3.
Do you have to?
It's the rules.
Okay.
It's
sorry,
the rules.
I thought we could just...
We can't break the rules. Sven bends the rules. He doesn't break them.
What if we put Eric Dyer in goal?
I mean, you could do. Well, that's going to be one of the decisions. Eric Dyer is on the fringes.
We should point out to those not familiar with our proclivities that we are both Spurs fans.
We are. But that does not mean I necessarily...
that Eric Dyer's getting in the squad.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Because he does bring a certain amount of flexibility to the squad.
I do notice that you haven't brought in Jude Bellingham.
Well, he's a bit young, come on.
Yeah, but I'm thinking...
He hasn't done his GCSEs, has he?
But I'm thinking... No, but... well, he might have just done them.
Well, no, he can't. They've cancelled him.
Oh, have they? Yeah. I don't really pay attention to anyone else. What about? But I'm thinking like a Theo Walcott at the World Cup. You know,
Ooh,
put him in the squad.
Go well though.
Yeah, but that's a classic Sven move.
That is a classic Sven move. Well, maybe we'll have someone a la Phil Foden who makes it in.
Well, Phil Foden's got to go in. I advocate.
Really? Well, we'll see. So I feel like there's some certainty here. Maguire, Stones, and Gomez.
100%.
The 3 of the centre backs.
Gomez is so versatile.
Alexander-Arnold, without a doubt.
100%.
Chilwell.
Yep.
Then we skip down. I think Henderson.
For
me, Winks has to be in there.
I think the lack of Harry Winks would be a criminal offence.
Yeah. He is the only player we have who can do what he does.
Interesting.
I feel like I like Maddison, so I want Maddison in there. It's a bit...
Okay. I like him.
Chamberlain for me has to go in as well.
Sancho, Sterling, Kane.
I think there, and Rashford, I think, are all in. All in if fit. So that gives us 6 more places.
Okay.
We've got to choose here between Trippier and Walker. Now, Walker has more experience, is probably a better player.
Yes.
But Trippier offers something a bit different. He's got the crossing, and he did score in the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah, but we didn't win that much.
But he did score, and it means a lot to me that he did that.
He's been playing well in Madrid. Like? Have a look at those injuries.
A tight groin for a day. He'll be fine.
He's okay. what are we looking at on Walker?
He's only started 5 times for Madrid this season.
Well, yes, exactly.
Not in real life, obviously, but in this.
Come on, go back to Walker. What's he got?
It's only a twisted knee for 3 days.
I think you've got to go Walker.
He only played 1 game in the Premier.
Oh, bloody hell.
What happened?
What was this season?
Was he injured?
Oh, he's had some... Oh, no, that's all
those
old.
are back in the day, no. So they're both out. Should we go... I might go Walker just because he gives us a bit of centre-back cover if we're desperate.
Yeah. And, really, Gomez can play there as well.
So, here we go. We've got choices here. For our 4th centre-back, we could have Tomori, who started the season very well.
I do like Tomori, but he's probably very underrated in this.
Yeah, he's still quite young. He's not brilliant. I mean...
God, he's fast.
He's fast. Look at that acceleration.
He could be the right back.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. Or we put Dyer in, who I think will become a good centre-back in the future.
Yeah, but...
And he also offers us a bit more flexibility.
Can we come back to them?
He has big game experience. Don't forget that Colombia penalty shootout. He's been there, he's done it.
Oh, God, that commentary.
Maybe we'll come back to that situation in a bit.
I watched that BBC montage of the penalty shootout against Colombia
I've
much.
cried on the train multiple times. So, backup left-back slot. Rose or Shaw? So, here we go. Rose, again, has the experience. Has played a lot of times this season, it looks like.
He's actually quite highly rated in this as well.
He's quite good in the game. And I still think he's a decent player in real life.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw has played recently well for Man U, but, and here's the big kicker, he's coming back from a broken ankle. Yeah. He's been out for 3 months.
He's out. We've got to put in Rose. I actually prefer Shaw, but...
I feel like...
we can't mess about.
No messing. So... I feel like we've got to have Dele Alli in.
We've got to put in Dele. I'm surprised he didn't make the first cut, to be honest.
Only because I know some people aren't as hot as him. He hasn't hot as him, hot on him even. Mm-hmm. Some people aren't as hot as him.
That's true.
For one. He just offers you that. He can grab a goal.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we need.
I'm not going to lie to you. I want Foden in.
This is going to be a discussion in a second.
Romance.
Maybe he'll go in. I was leaning towards putting Grealish in because he has a lot of flexibility to him, but
he's let himself down. Recent
events, you can't be during quarantine out driving your car like that. Allegedly.
My English boys need to be role models.
I don't want that in the camp.
He's not acting like a role model.
And Sven definitely would. Well, he might want a bit of that in the camp actually, but
Sven would prefer Foden to Grealish. I'm putting it there.
Okay, we're leaning more towards that way. Where do you stand on Mount then?
I like Mount, but I prefer Foden.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Abraham or Ings? I feel like Abraham offers you a bit more.
I think Abraham's done a bit more, and he could probably cut it on the wing in a real pinch.
Oh, maybe. I'm sorry, Danny Ings, but Vardy coming out of retirement.
That's it. Vardy's kind of ruined it.
I'm sorry, mate. That's 2 more slots, so we still need this extra centre back. We haven't talked about Rice.
Declan Rice in this game becomes absolutely incredible. About 2022, Declan Rice will be playing at one of the top clubs in the world. He will be starting for England. He's insane.
2020, though. That's what we've got to remember here.
I know. I think at this point in the game, Rice might...
I'm starting to think, do we need all of these strikers?
I'm
only planning on playing one up front.
Yeah, I'm wavering on Tammy.
Should we go to Tammy and get some extra midfielders in?
Yeah.
Because I know you want Foden.
I want Foden.
Okay, you can have Foden.
I want him in.
I feel like we're having Dyer in there for A, experience, B, nostalgia from that penalty,
C, bias,
and C, flexibility. And then do we have enough midfield? I suppose he can play midfield then. Yeah, we've got enough. Do we get the extra... Do we get Tomori in as well as cover?
Do we need that many defenders?
Do we get Rice in?
I think Rice again is flexibility.
Do we go Rice and Dyer?
Because we've got Gomez who can fill in on the right if we need to. No, Gomez can play on the right.
Or Mount.
I like Mount a lot. And he's got really good form.
It's between Rice and Mount.
Click his stats. I want to look at him.
It's not.
He's not overwhelmingly good, is he?
No.
I think Foden does his job better.
Ooh, bold from the glimpses we've seen
in the game.
Should we go Rice?
Yeah, I think we do.
Just as a bit.
That's it. Let's create England's future.
Okay. There we go. So that's our squad.
Who have we left out? Trippier, sorry. Tamori, sorry. Luke Shaw, sorry. Grealish, you let yourself down. Mason, Tammy and Danny.
We're sorry. But who knows? There might be an injury in the next few weeks and one of them might sneak in.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's submit that to the FA. Rubber stamp it.
Get that stamped.
I'm on the plane.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the European Championships. It's England's first game of the tournament. Of course, we know the 23-man England squad for the European Championships, and here it is. Jim, which names immediately stand out to you as ones you think that may be a little bit fortunate to get in there?
Well, I think everybody's earned their place to a degree, but I would say that I think Phil Foden is obviously a very exciting young talent, but personally I might have made the space for Jack Grealish after the season that he's had. Danny Ings as well has been just absolutely banging them in for Southampton, so I would have liked to see him in an England shirt, but unfortunately it wasn't quite there for him. And I think Declan Rice as well is, again, a good player, but certainly an area of the pitch which is perhaps a little bit lacking for England.
Well, Danny Ings isn't there, of course, because Jamie Vardy's come back into the England fold. He retired from international duty, but Jamie Vardy is back. Do you think that he's sniffing out an England party and wants to be a part of it?
I think absolutely he's going to be hosting that England party, wanting to be a part of it. It's what Jamie Vardy's all about, isn't it? This is effectively his last chance to put another cherry on top of his quite amazing career. So I for one, am excited about Jamie Vardy. More excited about Jamie Vardy than I am even Harry Kane, if I'm completely honest. This is the Jamie Vardy show as far as I'm concerned.
My goodness, that's high praise indeed. Well, let's look at the back line. You would expect Trent Alexander-Arnold to be the starting right back, and Ben Chilwell to be the left back. Were you surprised to see Eric Dyer's name among the defenders, or even, should I say, among the squad at all?
I think his versatility is what's got him in there, because we've seen that he can ably play for England in defence or in the midfield, and I'm not that surprised.
And what about the goalkeeper then? Who would you pick for the starting position as goalkeeper for the England side? Jordan Pickford is the favourite, but you have Nick Pope and Dean Henderson, two quite different goalkeepers and different temperaments to Mr. Pickford.
I think it'll be Pickford that starts, and I think to change things up at this late stage would be a rash decision, and that's not what we're used to. But Pope or Henderson, I'd be pretty comfortable with both of them, to be honest. Both very commanding goalkeepers, good shot stoppers, and I think we're in safe hands.
And I suppose we can expect Raheem Sterling and perhaps Jadon Sancho lining up on the wings either side of Harry Kane. You'd be happy with that, Jim. That's a strong front line, isn't it?
I'm very excited by the prospect of that, to be honest. There's a lot of pace and a lot of skill and a lot of direct goal threat from that. And bring it on. Bring it on.
Bring it on indeed. Let's see how England can get on in their first game of the European Championships.
Allardyce takes Brentford hot seat.
Oh, God.
That's not what we're here for. Right. First game coming up. Scotland. So what we did here was, obviously not all the groups have been finalised because of the playoffs, which haven't played yet. So just kind of picked 4 playoff winners. And obviously we put it so Scotland would be in England's group because
we should point out and say thank you to the people at Sports Interactive who have provided us with this custom save
fixture list, which I tried to do in the in-game editor, and I gave up after an hour. That is a hellhole of a place to navigate, unless you're clever, and I'm not. We probably should have set up tactics before the night before the first game. So, I think, obviously, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Sterling.
No doubt in my mind.
Sancho. He's on fire.
He's not highly rated, is he?
Not yet. My midfield 3 would be Chamberlain.
So we're going straight midfield 3. We're not having...
I want a straight midfield 3, at least for this first match.
Explain your thinking. Tell me.
I want Henderson, box to box, engine room, leader in the middle. I want Winks sitting deep. Not defending, though. Supporting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want Chamberlain. A bit of a Metzala.
I love a Metzala.
Oh, someone who likes to drift wide in the half spaces. I think so.
Explain what they're going to offer over and above our other choices, and also why it's a flat midfield three.
Because they're all... I don't want to play... I feel like that's a bit defensive, especially against Scotland, playing a holding midfielder. Just play a flat three.
Rude.
Well, you know.
But you're too much of a coward to play an attacking midfielder.
We don't... Well, I don't think either of those three can play... Chamberlain could maybe play that position, but
I
feel like this is
someone
strong...
called Phil Foden?
He's not playing this... Look, if we win the first 2 games, maybe he'll get a game in the third.
You're not going to play Foden against Scotland to become an instant English hero.
It's the first game. You cannot risk losing your first game of a tournament. Come on, Joe. What kind of manager are you?
I'm a brave manager.
Chilwell.
I'm sad to hear that my co-manager is more of a coward than I.
Maguire.
Yeah. Stones is rated higher than Maguire.
Yeah, I'm putting Gomez. I'm not putting Stones.
I agree.
And ball playing. I
love ball playing defenders.
So a big decision here is goalkeeper. For me, it's not too big a decision. I don't think Pickford has let England down.
I think
especially once again, think of the Colombia shootout.
Think about the little fist pump he did.
Exactly.
Hiya! Like a little shotgun going off it was.
And I want him as a sweepkeeper.
Yeah.
Henderson and Pope, it's just you can't throw a keeper in at this stage.
I really like Nick Pope, but I don't think he's there yet.
We're counter-pressing. We're countering. We're playing on the counter. We're distributing quickly. We're distributing to Winks in the middle.
Everything's going through Winks.
Yeah, that's how we're playing it.
You're not distributing to our ball-playing centre-backs.
No.
I worry that Winks is going to be too far up the pitch.
Okay, do you know what? I'll let you have that. Maybe that'll work. We'll do that. See if it works. I just don't want to be caught upfield.
No,
against Scotland, it might be fine. If we're playing someone a bit tastier,
I like building from the back, especially when we got Gomez at the back. I like the idea of it rolling through.
And just a slightly higher defensive line, really. But it's standard stuff.
We've got a lot of speed in those centre backs.
Right, I reckon we're going to absolutely batter Scotland.
Is Maguire first? I don't actually know now that I've said
He's not slow. He's fine.
Yeah, he's pretty good actually.
Yeah. Right.
He's all right.
To Scotland.
I'm excited.
So here are the starting lineups, Jim. England, of course, looking strong. Scotland, you would say, shouldn't cause England too many problems with that lineup. But with Ryan Fraser in there, there's a bit of creativity on that left flank.
There is a bit of creativity in there, but I would think that Jordan Henderson and Trent Alexander-Arnold would have enough to double up on him if need be. Fraser, he's a good player, and in fact, he's a good Scotland team. There are a lot of names that we recognise in there from the Premier League, but all in all, I don't think England will have too much of a struggle.
No, I don't think so. I mean, certainly the message to the England team from manager Sven-Göran Eriksson is let's give the fans something to cheer about. We've waited long. We always do for international tournaments. And old Sven will be wanting to gee his players up and get them out there for a good first half.
Absolutely, he will. First half good, second half also good is what he will be after. That's what he'll be wanting. And he's got the players to do it. It's an exciting England team. We see Slabhead there. Obviously, is going to play a big part. You expect him to be a danger from set pieces. And I don't know about you, Marcus, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
I certainly am. And we kick off here. And who would have thought the first game of the European Championships for England would be against the old enemy, Scotland? And Scotland just knocking it about in that midfield. England will just want to feel out the game and see how this goes.
Absolutely. I mean, it's important not to sort of charge in and burn yourself out too early. And, the first game in a tournament, you want to make sure you don't lose it. You've got to make sure that you start well, but you don't overly exert yourself.
Yeah, we see Harry Winks putting in a ball there and Kane going close, just heading over the top. I mean, Raheem Sterling down that left side. They'll be wanting to get him on the ball in positions like that. And Harry Kane there with an early sight of goal, Jim.
It's a good start for England. It's what you'd expect. They're playing to their strengths. Raheem Sterling is probably going to be a problem for those Scottish defenders all day long. And I'm relatively happy so far. Ben Chilwell there, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball. Great to see him start. Though Scott McTominay has won the ball for Scotland there. That's a concern for England that they've managed to do that so easily. And we spoke about Fraser. Here he is on the ball with that creativity. So it's slicing through England's defence there. But
absolutely. Well, there you see Ryan Fraser there at his best, charging at the defence and causing England a few problems. But that England back line just snuffing it out. But they won't want that to happen too much. And England knocking the ball around a little bit better there. They'll be wanting to get Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball from wide positions, Jim. And here we find him whipping a ball in from the edge, and it's dealt with. But Alexander-Arnold's delivery is superb.
It's absolutely world class. It's completely next level stuff from a fullback. It's more than you would expect. And Ben Chilwell here coming in once again. But Scott McDominate again. Scott McDominate. He's proven his worth time and time again for Manchester United, and we're seeing it for Scotland now as well. Again, another worrying attack here from James Forrest for Scotland.
Down the front. There's a chance there, and my goodness, Lee Griffith heads just over the bar. Griffiths, of course, scored against England. Those two incredible free kicks at Hampden not that long ago, and he'll fancy his chances again today. But England coming out with the ball, Alexander-Arnold into Jordan Henderson, and they want Sancho on the ball, Jim, as much as possible as well, don't they?
Absolutely, and we're seeing that now. Sancho bearing down, showing that talent that he's got, that confidence on the ball into Raheem Sterling, and Craig Gordon will not be happy with that at all.
It wasn't a convincing save. It wasn't a convincing one, and
not.
England will sniff that and think to themselves, right, the goalkeeper is looking a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah, England starting to get into the game here and exert a little bit of pressure. A few set pieces coming in here and there, and you feel that is somewhere they're likely to get a little bit of joy from, especially with the quality of Harry Kane up front.
Absolutely right. So yes, it's so far it's Scotland 0, England 0 in the European Championships. A great fixture for both nations to begin with, and now Alexander-Arnold has a chance to shoot, and he's gone just wide there. I mean, it's a great effort from Alexander-Arnold. Scotland, though, have got to be careful. They cannot give free kicks away on the edge of the box with this young man in the England side.
Absolutely not, and it's not just the direct nature of his set piece play. There's a lot of players in there that can tuck one away. We've seen it from England many times. They don't mind a scrappy goal from a set piece, and they love to get one against Scotland, against the old enemy. And maybe we'll see more of that in the second half.
Yeah, I should think so too. Sven-Goran Eriksson just wanting to get a message out to his players, saying he's not quite happy with the performance, wants to see a bit more from England in this second half. And away we go, and Winks picks up the ball and knocks it back to Gomez. And England should really come out in this second half and get a vital goal.
Absolutely. They might want to sort of turn the screw a little bit more. The first half was, they would edged it. I think I would say they were just about the better side, but they need to step it up now and get 3 points on that board to really get the campaign off to a flying start.
Yeah, well, there's Oxlade-Chamberlain having a go, and Craig Gordon not looking too safe. He parried the ball away there, and England have got to look at that. They've got to target the goalkeeper. He's looked shaky a couple of times. We saw once in the first half, and we've just seen it again there. And England, yes, in the first half of a major tournament, you can play your way into it. Second half against a weaker opponent, you've got to go and get goals, Jim.
Absolutely. And it's a difficult situation, isn't it? If you don't win your first group game, you're on the back foot straight away. And England here are bringing on Dele Alli, looking to be a bit more attacking. And I think that's the right move at this time. Would you say, Marcus?
Yeah, I think so. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he had that effort there, but he's not been in the game as much as he would have liked. And England are going to put Dele Alli in there just behind Harry Kane. They know each other well from club level, of course. And Winks and Henderson behind them should provide a platform for those England players to get forward. But who would you fancy getting on the score sheet for England as time is ticking away for Sven-Goran Eriksson?
I would always back Harry Kane in a situation like this. I have to say, having Ali behind him might well free him up as well, or give him that little bit of extra dynamism behind him to help him get on the end of a chance, because Harry Kane only needs a half chance, and with time ticking away, that might be all you get.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, Scotland are just playing it back to the goalkeeper here. We've talked about Craig Gordon being a little bit shaky, but Scotland, they're doing okay. They haven't conceded much, and they will be probably the happier of the two teams with a point, you would say.
Very much so. I think, despite what we just said about winning your first group game, Scotland, particularly against England, would be happy with a point. It's a solid way to start off a campaign if you're going to find yourself as an underdog. Which
now here's a chance.
In this situation.
Oh, Sancho he found himself in the box there. Lovely ball from Harry Kane. Couldn't do anything of it, but just a little sight of goal there for England.
Yeah, England knocking on the door late on. That's what they need now. They need to exert this pressure. The time is running out. They are the better side, and they're going to have to show that.
But there you see Harry Winks. He's had a couple of them today where he's just knocked it in too far to the goalkeeper. He'd be a little bit disappointed, but Gordon comes away with the ball and thumps it up field. Scotland happy to put the ball in the channels, but England have got to get the ball. They've got to recycle the ball a little bit quicker. They're a little bit lethargic at the moment, as we see. Sterling now on the ball. Let's see what he can do. Charging at that defence. This is what we want in these latter stages when defenders tire. So Sterling, what can he do here? Out to Sancho. Sancho with the overlap. Alexander-Arnold. This is the position England want him to be in, delivering the ball. Oh, he knocks it to Hendo. Sancho wings
lovely football
ball
from
in there,
here.
and it's
straight at Craig Gordon.
Disappointing end to a good move. Yeah, absolutely. England, they're getting frustrated. What are they going to do? Do we see a substitution here? It seems that Marcus Rashford is coming on for Jadon Sancho. Does that fill you with a bit of hope? Rashford does have goals in him.
He does, and he has that pace as well, which with 5 minutes to go will hopefully be effective against some tired fullbacks. But you're starting to feel that, maybe England aren't going to manage it today. Maybe this isn't going to be their day, although it looks as if we're going to see the main man, Jamie Vardy, come on. And if there is anybody that likes to both start a party and spoil someone else's party, it is Jamie Vardy.
That's right. Asking a lot of Dele Alli and Jordan Henderson in that midfield. But at the moment, Scotland not putting much pressure on England. It is England going forward. They're playing with Sterling, Vardy, Kane, and of course, Rashford up front, forgive me. So 4 forwards on the pitch.
And Scott McTominay's just been sent off.
He has.
So it's now or never.
It's Scotland down to 10 men. I mean, England they've got a few minutes remaining here. They're on the attack. They have to make this count. The video assistant referee recommended the decision to give Kieran Tierney a yellow card there. But Scott McTominay will be desperately disappointed, and England have a penalty. There's a great chance now for Harry Kane to put this away. We saw him score in the World Cup. Kane. 1-0 England. It's in. England have done it, Jim Campbell. Better late than never. Controversial penalty given by VAR, but Harry Kane has stepped up and scored. Sven will be relieved.
Absolutely delighted with that. 88 minutes on the clock. It looked like this might not be England's day. It's all fallen apart for Scotland, and Harry Kane has just smashed it into the corner. It's a good penalty. Craig Gordon can't really do anything about it. And can England see it out now?
Indeed. Well, we've got a few minutes injury time, but my goodness, England will be delighted if they can get 3 points here. They've not been great. They've not created that much. They've not had any cutting edge either. But being given a controversial penalty towards the end of the game is something that will give Sven-Goran Eriksson a bit of relief from the English press. But Chilwell Hill, can England make it 2? They can.
They can.
Oh my goodness, Kane smashes the ball home. Lovely work from Chilwell. Kane finishes it off. And there we are, Jim. That second goal now just puts a bit more gloss on this England victory.
Absolutely. Goal difference might be important in the group later on. So it puts a little bit of gloss over a performance which wasn't that great. Scotland switch off a little bit there, you can see, and Kane just is in acres of space. The extra man is showing even in the small amount of time it's been available to England. But yeah, job done.
Job done indeed, yes. I mean, 2-0 England there, just like it was in Euro 96, of course, as we just see the final seconds now. England, not a great performance, but they have got the job done. That is something that they'll be quite pleased and relieved about. Whereas Scotland, Jim, losing their first game against the old enemy, they'll be disappointed. But they're not down. They're down, but not yet out, of course.
Absolutely not. They'll be disheartened, but they've got a chance to put that right in the next game. So it's a tough one for them to take so late on, and obviously to lose Scott McTominay for the next 2 games is a tough one, but it's not the end of the world.
No, and for England's man of the match, you would probably say it was Harry Kane getting those 2 goals.
Yeah, very much so.
Absolutely there. Well, England have won their first game in the European Championships against the old enemy Scotland. Not a perfect start, but a good result, though, nonetheless, for Sven-Goran Eriksson. We shall see how England get on in this first round and can they progress through the tournament.
This is the one I'm worried about.
Croatia, yeah. They have been a bit of a thorn in England's side. And
they've just got a lot of lovely players.
But they are, I know the World Cup was kind of their peak. I feel like they're kind of an aged team now.
You're saying they're a spent force?
I feel like they're slightly over the hill, and England are a team approaching that hill, the peak of it, and will reach the peak in some time soon.
we're the Jack and Jill, and they're the Richard of York.
Yes. So
is that what you're saying?
Is there really anything we need to do to this team? Let's
have a look at condish. I want to see some condish.
I feel like they played well. You don't change a winning team. If we get the win in the second game, we're through the group and we can rest people up against the Czech Republic.
I think Winks and Sancho have increased their match fitness just by playing that game. I think we've got to go with them again.
Well, I think that's all we've got to really say about that. But
yeah, let's go.
Just yeah.
What?
I don't know. Let's do it.
Well, welcome to England against Croatia. This is a Group D match, a 5 o'clock kickoff at Wembley Stadium, and it is sold out. 90,000 fans in the stadium. We can see the lineups here for England and Croatia. Croatia lining up in their usual 4-2-3-1, and England going for their traditional 4-3-3 with Harry Kane leading the line. Andy Brassel. England are topping Group D after beating Scotland in their opening match, and it's the second match of the tournament for both of these teams. Croatia and Czech Republic drawing their first match, so they have a point apiece.
Yeah, it is, Jules, and hard to believe that there are 90,000 in this stadium that looks very much like the new Plough Lane that AFC Wimbledon will be playing in a few short months, of course, as Croatia get us underway. And they look very calm, almost as calm as Sven-Göran Eriksson there on the touchline in his smoking jacket with a fine cigar and a brandy.
Sven-Göran Eriksson. It's been a long time since I've seen that man. What a wonderful treat it is for him to lead England in this Group D match at the Euros. A rematch of the 2018 World Cup semi-final, which ended in tears for England. Will it end in tears today? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, that's it, Jules. I mean, you think of, here we are. There's a chance for Croatia.
It's just wide.
They've fluffed it. Maybe, I was going to say, maybe this is a sense of the worm turning, but the worm's already turned a little bit, hasn't it? Because Croatia,
worm turning?
Yeah, because Croatia have got a little bit older now, haven't they? And of course, England got that quite cathartic win over them in the Nations League, something we did for at the match on Football Ramble Daily as England start to get into it.
This was good movement from England. A lot of the joy coming down the left so far. Ben Chilwell there linking up with Raheem Sterling, who shoots and it's saved by the Croatian goalkeeper and turned behind. England have a corner taken by Alexander-Arnold. Corner taken quickly, but not quite as quickly as that corner taken quickly. And no joy from it this time either for England.
Yeah, and Jules, you do expect that extra bit of pace down the outside from Jadon Sancho and Raheem Sterling. Both very exciting, incredibly mobile, of course. Looking a little bit creaky there, I thought. I just wonder if they could do with a bit of yoga between group games to get those hip joints moving.
Do you find yoga helps with the joints, Andy? Flexibility?
Oh, yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I mean, despite me practicing for over 6 years, though, Sven has overlooked my claims to be included in the squad for this European Championship.
The only yoga
which
I've been
will
involved
be the main
in...
thread of my autobiography, which is going to be out at all good booksellers after the tournament.
Dynamic yoga. Have you ever taken part in that? It's basically sweaty yoga. You enter a room full of lots of other sweaty individuals and you basically do lots of weird stretching, but it's really good for you and you end up losing loads of weight. Give it a go.
Yeah, it's worked for me. It's worked for me, and various England cricketers have tried it over the years to improve their concentration. Of course, concentration not an issue for this current England side as they're on the attack. It's Croatia who are having to focus to keep England out at a partisan Wembley.
They've had the better chances so far, England, haven't they, Andy? Do you think the peak for Croatia was the World Cup 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it probably was. I mean, Luka Modric, God bless him, he's past his best now. It seems almost sacrilegious to say it, but that really is the case for Luka Modric. Can't be said, of course, for Dejan Lovren, the man who's on the ball now. Universally popular amongst absolutely right amongst British football fans. I don't think there'll ever be a worse case of timing in football than saying that just before you play Kylian Mbappe.
Not the ideal situation, was it, for Dejan Lovren? And then obviously losing his place in Liverpool's starting back line as well soon after that. Here we go, Croatia moving forward, and it's saved by Jordan Pickford, a shot directly at the goalkeeper. He was well placed there, Pickford, to save that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. You know, Jules, people talk about him as being a little bit impetuous sometimes, but the fact he came out definitely worked in England's favour there. I don't call him Jordan Pickford, though. I call him Jordan Pickford, as my son insists on calling him all the time. So, you know, when you take the mickey out of something that someone does and it sticks, I end up calling him Jordan Pickford now.
Pickford. Well, here we go. England now with a chance. And it comes to nothing so far. They're pinging the ball about, though. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Croatia. You were saying about Luka Modric and that he's gone past his best. He seems to have not changed looks-wise, though. He still looks the same. Slightly older in the face, but still very much looks exactly the same as he did when he was playing for Tottenham.
What, like a witch?
I didn't say it.
That's the important thing. You know, Harry Maguire moves exactly like he does in real life, doesn't he?
He really does, doesn't he? What do you mean by that?
Well, he looks as if he's like sort of come up, got into some ill-fitting, got out of bed, got into some ill-fitting gym kit and thought, right, I'm going on a run, me. Come on.
Good old slabhead. He's very good for some things, though, isn't he? Here we go. Ben Chilwell with a shot. Saved by the goalkeeper. And England have another corner. Do you think set pieces will be England's best chance of scoring in this one?
Well, let's hope so.
Not
I think they're creating enough down the flanks anyway. And Chilwell's been a huge part of that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has been. And another shot there from Jadon Sancho this time. Saved once again. England with the better chances, but in the first half, it is goalless at the break. Andy Brassel, England definitely looking in control, I'd say.
Yeah, it is. I think when Sven gives his team talk, it'll be a quite calm, measured one, I suspect, because you do feel as if England have this in hand.
They do. A calm Sven team talk at half-time. That's exactly what you'd expect as well, isn't it?
Is there any other sort of Sven team talk? One wonders.
I don't think so. No, but it's Croatia that have the first attack of the second half, and they've got a corner which is about to be taken.
Well, go on, Jadon. He's got a chance to get a move on here. He's got a chance to get a wriggle on. Oh, come on. You think Harry Kane's a bit isolated up there? It seems as if all the play is on the flanks for England, Jules, and we've seen very little of Harry Kane so far.
Yeah, and very few crosses into the box that Harry Kane can meet, although there was one just there. That was saved by... Wait, hang on, I've actually miscounted. Which way are we shooting? I've lost track. That was a shot for Croatia, saved by Jordan Pickford. I forgot that we started the second half. It goes too quickly on Football Manager.
It certainly does. Pickford was in the right place there. Very athletic, I thought. And now England getting up the flanks again.
Yeah,
I do wonder...
Sterling.
There's always a couple of really big moves, isn't there, after a major championship, Jules? Do you feel that now, after Euro 2020, this could be Raheem Sterling time? He's in his mid-20s. He's proven everything he can prove, you would argue, in English football. Do we think Real Madrid or Barcelona or some such?
I'm not so sure, to be honest. I don't know whether... Is that a move that Raheem Sterling would want? Does he not want to stay at Manchester City, you know, with everything that's happened at the club, and Pep Guardiola saying that he wants to stay and carry on and win the Champions League there? I think Raheem Sterling might follow suit and try and win the Champions League up in Manchester.
Well, we're going to have to create some other frivolous transfer speculation then, I guess, in the remaining
Sorry, I've
half hour of this game.
That narrative.
Yes, you have.
Well, what do you think, Andy? Do you reckon he'll go?
I don't know if he will. I think he should. Get himself a bit of fresh Spanish air. Oh, Harry Winks was close there. This could be a big tournament for Harry Winks, couldn't it?
It could be. You don't often see Harry Winks having a shot at goal either, and it was taken well.
But this is where Croatia are dangerous, I think, Jules, on the counter-attack. It's Pivovic leading this, and you know what? I think that's quite a sensible foul by Jadon Sancho to take him over there.
Do you know what? Sometimes they say, don't make those kind of fouls. I like to see it. When they need to be made, you've just got to stick a leg in, Andy.
But people are very puritanical about this in this day and age, aren't they? I agree with you, 100%.
I'd be the worst footballer because I would just constantly go in for tackles and I'd be sent off every game, basically. That's why I don't play. No discipline whatsoever.
That was one of my favourite moments of lockdown, actually. When they were having the toilet roll challenge, where they had to juggle the toilet roll, the players. Well,
yeah.
you had the Brazilian midfielder, Felipe Melo, doing like 2 juggles, and then he just shook his head, threw it up in the air and did a massive studs up slide tackle on it. I thought, wow, that's honest, isn't it? I like that.
That would be me. That really would be me, because I get well frustrated if I can't do something. I'd just lash out. So absolutely no bother in me trying the loo roll challenge, because if I can't do keepy uppies with a football, I've got no chance with a toilet roll, have I?
Oh, Croatia close again there.
Decent header.
It was. Now Alexander-Arnold has been so useful. He's such a creative player. He's been taking control of all the set pieces for England, of course. We sort of nodded off there and lost Perisic for a second. Could have been costly.
Thankfully, it was headed over and not on target on this occasion. But Croatia, for the last 10 or so minutes, they're looking on top of England, and they're forward again here through Kramaric, but it's saved by Pickford. And Gomez just cleans up in the box. Tidy.
Oh, that was a golden chance. That was an absolutely golden chance.
Leaping up with a header there, but going off target on this occasion, as you say, a great chance for England there to take the lead.
What are your thoughts on Jordan Henderson as a potential England captain as the years roll by, Jules?
Yeah, I can see it. I think that everyone kind of questioned it when he was first given the armband at Liverpool, but Sterling shoots just wide. Yeah, you can see it happening, can't you? Because why not? I mean, he's led Liverpool to a European title, nearly the Premier League title this season. Hopefully, if it manages to get finished, then he can be the captain to lift the Premier League trophy after all these years of waiting for Liverpool fans. And he seems the perfect leader. I think people questioned his leadership skills at the start, but we've seen just what he can do for Liverpool. So why not do it for England? What are your thoughts?
Well, there's a strong Mackham influence in the England team, of course, with him and Jordan Pickford in sort of leadership roles. I mean, it's something that my Geordie family aren't massively happy with, but they're key parts for England. And England do have not just those key parts, but a lot of options. Of course, they've switched now to a 4-4-2 as they try and win the game. We've got Rashford and Dele Alli have come on, and the luxury of being able to bring those two on is absolutely fantastic for Sven.
Yeah, being able to bring on the pace of Marcus Rashford this late on into a game, just to nick a goal and just cause problems to that Croatian defence. It's exactly what you need, isn't it, in these games? And I think that could be one of England's strengths later on in the tournament, when the legs get tired, when you need some freshness there. And Croatia have just had a great shot, but Pickford saves. It was right at the goalkeeper. He does save it, and it's gone out for a Croatia corner. But having those fresh legs and that pace to bring on really could make the difference if England go deep into the Euros.
It could. Modric looking to belittle my predictions with a great set piece there. England still haven't got it quite away. So if Marcus Rashford could make the difference in this last 5 minutes, I mean, how are we going to frame it, Jules? Is it Rashford or Rashford?
You really want this to take on, don't you, Andy? Rashford and Pickford. I wonder whether it's gonna catch on. We'll see. I reckon we should call him Rashford. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Everyone's gonna hate us for that. So England have got to throw in through Ben Chilwell. Let's see if they can make this, which could be the final attack of the game, count.
Oh, it could have been a glorious winner. Should have
gone near post with that header, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it has been the thing about this game. I mean, it finishes goalless, but both of these teams were brave enough to have a go, and they didn't just try and see it out for a draw, did they, Jules?
Yeah, a few decent chances, both ends of the pitch, I think. I think that towards the end there, England had a couple of chances. Croatia did as well. It does end goalless at Wembley in this group stage game. So a point apiece for England and Croatia as they both head into their third matches of the Euros. Another game where England have faced Croatia and not managed to beat them though, Andy.
Yes, very true. Very true.
So Joe, we're solid. We're not really scoring many goals.
No, but I'd say sitting pretty.
Yeah, we're top of the group.
That's
a
phrase.
A draw gets us through. And even a loss, depending on other results, might get us through.
If you're thinking like that, you're not thinking right.
That's not what I'm thinking. Obviously, I want to win every game, but you don't want to peak too early in the tournament.
True.
No. So what I'm thinking is, we go into the Czech Republic game. There's a few players maybe could do with a rest. Alexander-Arnold is already knackered somehow.
He will be. He's a runner.
He is a runner. He likes running, especially as I'm playing big overlaps.
He loves a big overlap as well.
He does.
He's had fun with them.
He does. What I'm thinking is we keep the core there. We keep it steady in the middle, but around there we freshen it up a bit, get some fresh legs in there, especially in the attacking positions. I'm thinking one or two players might be able to win a place in the team.
Yeah, I think we should test it out while we've got a chance. Give it trial by fire,
exactly.
if you will.
So I feel like you've got to keep Kane in there. He's got to still play.
You're already going back on your own ideas.
Well, no. I said keep a core. I'm thinking maybe Kane stays, Maguire, Pickford, Henderson. Maybe that's about it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I see that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I'm glad you think it's fair. So we'll get Rashford in.
I'm sure the players will too.
Yeah, exactly. Rashford is someone who could potentially win a place in this team.
Oh, he's got it in him.
He's got
monstrous legs.
There's a bit of rice in there. I say the saying is take everything with a pinch of salt. I'm going to say take everything with a grain of rice.
What does that even mean?
Doesn't mean anything.
Are you saying someone's lying?
I'm not saying he's lying. I'm saying the form books don't lie, and we're currently unbeaten, and we haven't let in a goal in the tournament.
Very true, and I love the look of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Maddison moving forward.
We're moving it all around. We're going away from the flat three.
And
we're going to have Rice sitting, Maddison up there a bit. Let's swap.
We call this a staggered spine.
I call it asymmetric, baby. There we go.
I don't like it anymore.
I'm feeling that's looking good. It's looking a bit fresher.
It looks naughty.
It looks naughty.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Czech Republic can handle a bit of naughty.
Welcome to this very exciting game between England and Czech Republic in the European Championships. I'm Luke Moore from Football Ramble Daily, and he's Pete Donaldson.
It's a great day for football in Group D. Interesting to see how the management team are going to be addressing this one.
Very, very exciting to see us actually given access to the team talk. Not something you normally associate with an international tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a situation where England don't necessarily even need a draw as long as other results go their way. But as the boys said in pre-match, that's not the mentality you need if you're a professional football team. Certainly at international level anyway.
Yeah. So no pressure on the goalkeeper at all here. Here we go. Kane's finally got on his bike.
Kane's hobbling towards the goalkeeper, Vaklik. Vaklik, the keeper, plays, of course, his football in Spain with Sevilla. He was born in Ostrava, which is at the very heart of a major coalfield. He's going to be...
Attack for England, now the shot!
Oh, dearie me. I was just imparting my knowledge about the coalfields of Ostrava.
Yeah, I'd much rather hear that, to be fair.
To be quite frank, the way that they are peppering Vaklik's goal with rather underwhelming shots.
Jordan Henderson picks up the ball now. Plays it square to Harry Maguire. What's he doing still up there? Get back in position. Raheem Sterling, use your pace. Use your pace. Send the really weird turquoise ball over. Oh.
No, taking.
They're actually playing with they're playing with a Mentos. It's a fucking Mentos.
Don't swear. We're commentators.
Put it in the bottle of Coke. Oh, good save. Good
Pickford
save.
Managing. I mean, look at the mixture of white and red fans almost perfectly dotted around the stadium. Some people have gone for red shirts, some people have got white shirts. It just looks like the Czech Republic and England fans are as one.
Get over there.
Adarabek, get over there, block the shot.
Oh my
he should
goodness
not have
me.
got that shot away. Awful. Rashford having to do his doggies, having to do the duty of defender there. When the rest of the team, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire and Danny Rose. Why is Danny Rose even in the team, for crying out loud? He's barely played football this season.
Let's get
the
creative.
manager implores the team to get creative.
Let's do some improv.
Kopic with an awful bit of
Get
defending.
It over. Get the Mentos. That's a free kick, referee.
It's not a Mentos, it's a football. Rose completely out of position, but that's a professional foul. That's a yellow. He's on a warning in the first half as well. 22 minutes. Derrida, Sandstorm, smash right into the hoardings.
I tell you what, Peter, Declan Rice very lucky to have a starting berth in this game, in my opinion. But we'll judge him on his merits. As England get a corner with Maddison, he sends it over onto the head of Kane, but it goes harmlessly over the bar.
He really got under that one, didn't he? I mean, I think both the Rose and the Rice, the D Rose, the D Rice, both lucky to be on the field. I think injuries clearly playing a part heading into the tournament. Sterling, not really sure what he's doing there. Just maybe waving to a friend in the crowd.
This is great football. This is great stuff. There's no pressure on the ball.
Don't give Stones any scope for skill.
Hit the channel. Hit the channel. Yes, get it over.
In. Oh, Maddison to Rashford. Whack it, Rashford. Oh, it barrels off a defender and it's out. He still applauds. I don't know. Good luck, good fortune. His parents. I don't know who he's applauding there. Maddison. Let's see some skill. Beat the last man. No, he's giving it back to Walker.
Get it over, Walker. Oh, 50 million quid. You get tackled like that.
Well, David Pavelka, excellent footballer. Pavelka, of course, plays his football in Istanbul. A man I thought was married to a YouTuber called Nicky Glamour, but it was actually a different David Pavelka. And my Googling was right. As a shot goes wide from Schick there.
This is end-to-end stuff, Pete.
It really is. Pickford's got a lot to do. Maguire probably going to go on a bit of a run, as he is wont to do. Don't give it to Stones there. He loves a dodgy back pass to Stones.
Apparently Sven-Göran Eriksson's the manager of this England team, which is making a lot of, which is essentially bringing a lot of what's happening on the pitch, some clarity to me. As Sterling uses his pace again. Oh, good. That's good. You've got to say that's good defending. That is very good defending. It is excellent
defending. Beat the attacker, and then you're in. And then Kane has
a goal!
The net!
Yes!
Kyle Walker whipping it in. Route 1 stuff, you have to say, but the defence has stayed strong up until this point, but wow! Making it easy for Kane.
God, man, that ball exploded off his head like it had been put in a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Stop talking about Mentos. They're not a sponsor.
That's a great header. It's a great header.
Beautiful. Straight past Vaklik, the keeper. Born in Ostrava.
Stop
a major
saying
coalfield, of course.
That's it. Break now. Oh, good tackle.
Oh, good tackle.
33 minutes in. We're in good shape here.
Yeah, Rashford's got the pace and 2, 3, 4 players chasing after him. He's got to get that ball in, though. Come on, Henderson up. Is that? No, up and over from Henderson.
as he sportingly applauds the cross.
Harry Kane on a 7.2. It's nice to have the figures. Let's look at the league table as it stands. Of course, England do only necessarily need a draw. I believe they can lose depending on other results, but they are still at the top of the table as they are leading as we head into half-time.
Sorry to interrupt, but Raheem Sterling is indicating he wants to come off. Oh my goodness me!
Whacks it in the net. 31 years of age and still bossing it in the heart of midfield. He's played in China, he's played in Turkey. Wherever he lays his hat, that's his goal. Borek Dokal with the equaliser. It's 1-1.
Don't forget those 2 years at Rochenborg, Pete. Live long in the memory.
And that's all the trivia you're getting from me. For the next game.
I tell you what, I have to say, the defending to track Doc out there is poor.
Woeful. Yeah. 4 players in the box, 2 players on the offence. As the
James Maddison is officially nervous.
He's probably never played at this level. He's just never had his chance. Sven-Göran Eriksson, what he's done is he's assembled a team that involves people like Harry Maguire, who's not a looker, let's face it, less competition for his sexual exploits, isn't it? That's the situation.
Imagine having a team talk option and saying, "I've nothing specific to say." Why would you say that? Don't use that as an option.
They have been playing okay. Henderson had a header in the first half, of course. A speculative kind of Hollywood ball out to I think it was Rashford there. Awful stuff from the England team. Novak will probably beat his man and whip it in. Oh, he's been taken down by Kyle Walker. Wow.
Have some of that.
Unbelievable. An atrocity. A war crime. And
Deep ball.
and they got the heads. Schick with his shtick.
Sterling, look at this on the break.
He's got the pace. He's got the beating of the man. He's taking it past 2. He's on the keeper's. Oh, come on, Sterling. Raheem. You had acres to run into and whack it past the keeper. Awful. You prodigious
again.
talent.
Dangerous. Push
Sterling.
out wide.
Where's he going? Oh, he's lofted it.
Lovely nudge.
What's Kane going to do with it? And he's whacked it at the face of a defender. Give him the old caning.
That's a free kick, though.
Free kick, somehow.
Go on, Maddison.
Maddison. He didn't even beat the wall. Nerves.
A nervous free kick, yeah.
Awful business. I mean, we've got Harry Maguire motivated. Do you want to see a centre-back motivated? Because he's gonna be risky. He's gonna be going on those big lurching runs he does. Oh, and there's a little bit of action in the box. Sterling probably going to rifle one in from distance. Maddison into Kane, and it's another header.
Good save. I tell you what, this is World Cup 2018. We'd get a VAR decision there.
Wow, a bit of a goalmouth scramble there.
As the rain falls down.
You cannot say that England are not on top in this match. They just need another goal. Who are we taking off here? Ali's on for
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling's coming off. A strange decision, especially because James Maddison is a bag of nerves as it stands.
But Raheem Sterling reported a knock in the first half, so maybe it's something to do with that.
Okay.
Half an hour to go, really, including stoppage time. It was poised at 1-1. England looking for a second goal.
Maddison on all of the corners, we've noted. Declan Rice, not really in any kind of position, but he did manage to get the ball back into the net.
Into
Kane,
the net?
Obviously the target. Into the net. Sorry, into the box. Box net.
Change to a new camera angle here. There we go. Jordan Henderson. Go on, son. Keep driving. A nice pass. Rashford in acres of space.
They really are defending in numbers, the Czech. Dele with a header. Do you really want Dele on the end of your headers? Probably not.
Do you remember at Wimbledon when Pat Cash played against Ivan Lendl and someone had a banner saying Cash is better than a Czech?
Nice. I like it.
It's a good banner.
Beautiful.
They're probing here. They are probing.
Schick with a shtick. Stones with a bit of Route 1 football.
What kind of weather is this for June, by the way? Go on, Rashford.
Rashford. He's striving into the box. Is he going to
get
whacked it? Straight into the corner. Assisted by Harry Kane. I mean, you have to put that down to Harry Kane's release. Fantastic. Deep into play. He's coming deep to collect the ball. But he knows exactly
Peter,
where Rashford is going to be because he's a pacey player.
You've also got to hand credit to the manager, Sven-Göran Eriksson, pushing Rashford out to the wide right position. That has paid dividends straight away. We're living in a world where interest is low. Bank interest is low. The interest on that investment was very high indeed.
John Henderson to Rice. He's whacking it into the net. And let's keep us
Stop
on
saying
net,
net, for fuck's sake.
Sorry, box. Stop swearing. What's worse? Me mixing up net or you saying fuck?
Both unhelpful.
Up to Rose there. Both unhelpful. Maddison whacking it. Oh, he's hitting a long ranger. Not a bad strike.
He's kicking the nerves. He's kicked the nerves out of his own body. He's now composed.
Rashford calm. Eric Dyer is
lucky.
Getting moved about a bit. We've given him a defensive role.
Hang on a minute, Sven.
What are you doing, mate?
I'm a big supporter of your work, Sven, but I mean, we're going down the stretch in a key European Championships game with Rice and Dyer at the holding midfield. I fear the worst here. We're going to invite pressure on ourselves here.
Fortifying at the back. Oh, my word. Scotland have leaped into the second position in the league, though, so that's good news for the tournament as it goes on. That classic
I think it now means if England concede a goal, they're in big trouble.
Okay, but we have got to change at the top. Harry Kane coming off for Jamie Vardy. Kane obviously being rested for the next match.
Nice use of Vardy. This is how I would use him if I had a chance.
I call
Stretch the play in the last 10 minutes. Love that.
Pickford to Maguire. Out to Rose. Rice getting involved.
This is nice football.
Just nice football. Relaxed. They're in control. They know what they're doing. Delhi going on a bit of a mazy run.
Looks like he's metal detecting.
Terrible ball for Rashford. Straight into his chest. So unnecessary. Come on, Walker. They're just playing with them, toying with them.
Why do all the players move? Why do all the players move like they're metal detecting?
I mean, you wouldn't say this formation is the most, A, defensive or B, disciplined. They're all over the place. Delhi. Is
this a highlight? Oh, it is now.
Looping it into Rashford. Novak getting a foot in. A dink to Ricey boy. Oh, it's a header. Oh, Vaklik diving to his high right. And just managing to claw it wide. That's a nice big camera they've got. Ooh. The guys with the big lenses on the corner. Beautiful.
Drake now. Go on, Dyer. Use your pace.
A great ball to Vardy. He's got the pace. He's got the beating. Is he going to whip one in? No, he cannons it at the feet of the defender and then just walks it out and then applauds. What exactly? I don't know. His own career. Of course, Vardy, an interesting choice for the squad in that he insisted he was retired. Schick, he's been the danger man all...
I think he might have actually officially retired in the middle of that move.
Yeah, that's why he applauded himself.
Yeah.
Delhi on the counter.
Oh, that's a great
shot.
nudge.
Very close. Wow. England look very composed in the second half. Bit of a wobble after the first goal, but they look good now. They look worthy of their win. But whoever they play next, they're going to have to up their game considerably. You have to say that, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a fairly comfortable performance, I would say.
Rashford again, getting a lot.
Finish it.
Finish that. He's got to finish that.
Have a shot next time, Rashi.
Awful. What was that? It was practically a back pass. Harry Maguire still motivated at the back. Big old bench. That's a big old bench, isn't it?
Miles away from your teammate.
Managing to look how many players there are managing to accommodate in that dugout. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You could fit the team bus in it.
Tell you what, you don't want to concede now. Last minute. Oh, no, come on.
Last minute awful.
Good defending.
This scene is so typically English.
Yeah.
Walker, what are you doing, mate? You had to Hickers whacking it out for a corner in the 95th minute, you mess. You mess of a man. You know what Pickers is like?
50 million that gets you.
Jeez. Bloody hell!
Oh, no! It's a last-minute equaliser. Surely
that
not.
That is a stinking situation.
Oh, my
Suspicion of
goodness
offside?
me. Oh, hang on.
VAR.
VAR. Is it VAR? It's VAR.
VAR. Philip Novak's shot. Recommended decision.
Offside.
Goal disallowed. Goal disallowed. Great situation.
Yes.
Disaster.
There's 3 of them, to be fair. Absolutely 3 of them.
Awful end to what has been a very excellent match. I'm just looking at Harry Maguire. Is he still composed? He still gets a 7 though. Marcus Rashford with an 8.3. He came up with a goal, but I was disappointed with the ending of that match. We may have had 27 shots off or on target to their 10, but they should not be anywhere near pulling a draw out of their arses at the end of that.
It's the first time I've ever heard a commentator say a very excellent match.
Yes, it was a very excellent match. So a disappointing end, you'd say, performance-wise, but they came, they conquered, they got exactly what they wanted, and it looks like they're through to the next round of the Europeans, as they call it.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Peter, in tournament football, you just want to win your matches. They've done that. They can't complain. It's onwards and upwards now. A bit of a scare towards the end, but as is a tradition recently in England and tournaments, VAR came down on their side. And I tell you what, though, an amazing win for Scotland against the Czech Republic. A 3-1 win sees Scotland go through to the next phase as well, I believe, for the first time in their history.
Yes, Mr. McBurney putting the icing on the cake. But underneath the icing is a little cherry, and it was really confusing. But that's Scotland at international tournaments. Confusing.
A football cake.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the next game.
I'm very excited for the next game too. And, obviously Sven-Göran Eriksson, his backroom team, Joe Scrabbles and Simon Cardy obviously pulling the strings. They've got to be pretty happy with how this has all come through. Look at Eriksson there.
100%. Listen, I can mock. He looks like a child. I can mock this team selection all I want and saying playing Dyer, playing Rice, but they got the win. They've had the last laugh. So what can you say? You can't criticise them for that.
I cannot believe that Ireland drew the Spain 1-1, but they managed it. Well done to them.
Portugal. Ooh.
Come on. Off the Aviva Stadium. 51,000.
Let's stamp on Carvalho's balls again.
So those were the group stages. Somehow things are looking good for England and we are headed to the knockout rounds. And you can join us tomorrow for part 2 as we take on Portugal.